Okay, so it looked like it cut me off. So hopefully you guys will be back here and can catch back up with me here. Okay, here we go. Okay, now it's going to let me do it. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally cut myself off there. Okay. Hi, Anne. So anyway, what I was saying is we're going to do a quick little tip today on how you can get your images in, kind of compress them and get them in a workable file size so that they're not taking up too much bandwidth and still not losing the quality of your image, because you definitely don't want to lose your image quality to sacrifice that for the file size. So you need to kind of find a happy medium for that. And that's what we're going to do today. So there is a website that I want to share with you. It's called TinyPNG. Let me switch over here. It's just tinypng.com. And this website is one of my favorite websites as a web developer because it can really save you a ton of disk space and bandwidth usage when you're working with images on websites. So I highly recommend this service here, and it's free to anybody who's using images. Whether you're using them on your website, whether you're going to be using those same ones on promo images or in your newsletter, however you're going to be using them. And I just want to show you how easy this is to use here. So I'm just going to open up. This is just a folder that I've been working with, and I'm just going to drag one of my little promo images over here. I'm just going to drag it from my folder here over to the website and drop it in there. And you can see basically what it does is it goes through and uploads the file. And it takes it just a few moments because it has to go through an upload, and then it actually does some compression on the image file so that you can see one I did here earlier, and I'm going to show that to you here in a minute. But you can see it'll tell you how much it saved you. So for example, this particular image was 991, almost 992 kilobytes when I uploaded it, and now it's at 264 kilobytes. So you can see that it saved a lot of space in that file. It really decreased the file size a lot. And here's one that I did earlier, and I'm just going to show you, because the big question there is how much quality do you lose when you compress a file using a service like this? And the good news is you don't lose that much. And I'll just show you the one I did earlier here, the giveaway one. Okay, so this is the original giveaway one image that I did earlier. Okay, and here is what it looks like after compressing it. So that's the compressed one that saved 73% on the file size. And there's the original one. And as you can see, there is no noticeable loss of quality in the image at all. So, and that's what you're really going for. You don't want your images to look grainy or pixelated or anything like that, but you do want to save as much of that space and in turn bandwidth as you can. So I'll just show that one more time there. So there's the original. You can see Fantasy 1, or the giveaway one there. And here is the optimized one, the giveaway one-opt. So, and that's all there is to it. All you have to do, like I said, is just drag your file, that whichever one you want to, optimize, drag it over there, drop it in. And you can do up to 20 images at a time. So if you have a bunch of them that you need to compress, you can do all of them at once. You don't have to drag them in one at a time. And you can see that, and this works for not only for the PNG graphics files, but it also works for JPEGs as well. Now see, that one didn't give me quite as much of a savings, but even still, it took it down over half. So that is still a huge amount of bandwidth that over a period of time would be saved. And like I said, that is something that you can use, and then you can use those images, whether they're promo images, like what I was just using there as an example, images that you're going to be using in your newsletters, images that you're going to be using on your websites, anything like that, it will work for. So let me just check and see. Yeah, I know, I've got crazy screens going on here. Yes, and this definitely is a little bit better than a thumbnail because it'll shrink the image of the original size or the original file. Whereas when you show a thumbnail, it's still technically loading unless you actually have something that creates a separate thumbnail image. It's still technically loading your original image file, just in a smaller perspective. So a lot of times when you're showing a thumbnail, it can actually still be using the full size file. I can't see the images, screen sharing trouble again. Oh no! Okay, hang on. Let's see. Okay, can you see my screen here now? I'm switching between tabs so that I can see the chat. Yes, if you are using a lot of images in your newsletter, I would definitely recommend doing this, simply because a lot of email clients do still have some limitations on the size of an email that they will accept. I mean, it's a lot bigger than it used to be. I mean, yeah, I think now you can do, megs, possibly up to several gigs, especially through Gmail and stuff. But not only if you have a lot of attachments, because when you insert images into an email, as far as the server is concerned, it doesn't really differentiate between it being an inline image inside the email body or it being an attachment. There's still technically files attached to that. Those are those images. And if you have a lot of attachments, you can start seeing higher spam scores, which could dump you over into someone's junk folder. And of course, it makes it a lot slower to download. And a lot of email clients, by default, don't download images unless they have added you to like their safe senders list, that sort of thing. So I would definitely recommend that for your newsletter. Okay, so let me see. Let me see if it'll, I bet you it's because it's only showing one half of my screen here. Technology, gotta love it, folks, gotta love it. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second, folks, but if it disconnects me again and stops the live, I'll just restart another live to show you the images that I'm dragging over there. So let me try this and see. Hopefully it's not going to disconnect my live this time. We'll see.